city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling the city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. A magician on a mic like silver, man, I flow calm and it can't come realer. And the lead from the arms might kill you, but instead I throw palms and heal you. In the city where shit gets gritty, and the dreams just don't come fair though. By any means, we all need this red though. Sophie's got more times than Aguero, man, it's all messed up. We got the whole game dressed up, fake life in a red tux, no clues, so your head's stuck. And I'ma just keep eating rappers like Starmie, cause your weak bars couldn't touch or harm me. I defend my team like Walker, but it's just me, myself in the army. So I just implode facts, kick back like Kimbo's back. Trust me, I've been low, it's mad. So many souls been broken half. And the man roll round in the whip and all of the windows black. So you're thinking they with those straps, and the thing goes black. So you could get hit quick with a ricochet, let we split like rips in a wicker tray. Death just fucks with a living prey, like you just one real bad trick away. Man, it ain't fun to run, but don't think that the gun's the one. On a knife either, it could turn on your neck and get cut like a white beater. Man, I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. You can shoot your shot, I won't let it in. Like Ederson, you just miss then run, no reverend. No hits, but the whole shit's relevant. Kick stay crisp in the mix, that's evident. Word to the prince, Baz telling him. Murder them quick, fast shelling them. That's the line that the OG selling them. Old me road, don't go propelling them. I just set in defiant ways, hit hard like Pep in his prime days. Stop me, I don't break down, I'm Rodri. You ain't getting in my space, you ain't getting in my place. No way like setting a blind maze. Wanna know why I'm getting these migraines? I flow cold, I'm setting the ice age. You can never go far though, I know. You don't get a clap, no bravo. My whole track's cinematic like Marvel. Those rappers in my bag like marbles. Thinking I'm a trip like carpools. When the girls say hey like Arnold, I don't quit when I'm that good shit. If I flip when I spit, it's a rap, no parcel. I'ma go in, don't tempt me. I've been jamming on the mic, I'm Mendy. I don't work hard in the city, it's a red card if you roll 10 men deep. You don't look mean or trendy, so you wear cut eyes from Fendi. Man, I spit like Uzi's plenty, it's no wonder the shells all empty. I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with teas. One mic, one hook, just real in the city.
Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well on this freezing cold evening in the northwest. It's not very nice, but hope you're doing well. It is me, it's not Martin tonight. Martin's done the last couple of nights, so giving him a bit of a break for the next couple of days. And thought I'd come on and do a quick vlog with you guys and see, just running over the usual sort of transfer rumour stuff and all the usual stuff that goes on there. So let's see. Jay Viva, on time. You're on time, buddy. Well done, mate. Leonard, London's on. Evening, Andy and Martin. Which one, I'm guessing? Yes, well, it's me. This is going to be fun. And I reply, why? Because of Mourinho, or Moninho, as Leonard liked to call him. Yeah, God, what a shock that came out of the blue. I must admit, last night, yesterday I was chatting to Jonathan Northcroft, and I was chatting off camera about the whole what's going to happen and things like that. And Mourinho, it's going to be. I feel sorry for Spurs fans actually, because you're going to go from, all right, albeit that they've not been performing very well lately, but you're going to go from exciting brand of football to absolute boredom, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Daniel Levy's must have deep pockets to pay off Pochettino and then put Jose Mourinho on a £15 million a year contract. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Had it been Mo, Liverpool wouldn't have probably won that Champions League final. Well, maybe not. Deserve a break, me? Martin, God, he's done a couple of days and now he thinks he deserves a break after he's had his 2-week break away from Man City Fan TV. God, kids these days, 21-year-olds do a couple of nights' work and they suddenly need a break. No stamina. Thoughts on Jose? Yeah, just talking about it there, Nipple. It's one of those things. That's Chelsea's greatest manager now, public enemy number 1 at Stamford Bridge. Yes, no, it's been sold long ago. He's finished. Yeah, I don't think he's a manager, but he looks. To be fair, he actually looks refreshed and ready to go. If he can go back to how he was in his early days at Chelsea. There's no doubt he is a very, very good manager, but it was more of, it looked like he just lost the love of the game and just annoyed every player at Real Madrid, at United. So I'm sure he'll make them very pragmatic and go back to, certainly I don't think, they've not won an away game since January. I mean, that's frightening statistics for a club that basically is a top 4 club. My missus says I have lots of stamina. Yeah, clearly not got a lot of stamina if you need a few days off after 2 vlogs. Doubt Mo will ever come back at his best. Well, me neither, Leonard, if I'm being honest with you. But anyway, we're going to crack on. This is going to be a quick one. His style don't work. Well, it does work. It just depends on what it is that you want from, I don't know, from the football, I'm guessing. So, yeah, I'm just doing a quick one. Just got in, so I'm just going to crack on with this one tonight. Sanjay J says, why is Mourinho back? He's finished from team again. Not really our problem or our issue, is it? I'm guessing. I guess time will tell with Spurs. And yeah, it's interesting when you actually, to be fair, when if you've read the Harry Kane, Dele Alli, some of the other players have posted on social media, they really, really liked Pochettino. I just don't think he was happy with the board. I don't think he was happy with Daniel Levy and everything else. And I think he just got fed up of no investment coming his way because of the stadium. So it'd be interesting because Mourinho's a money manager. He likes money. And I can't see them introducing sort of youth team players under Mourinho. But it is what it is. But we'll see. But anyway, work hard, play hard, me always. Yeah, right. Maybe City can go for Kane next summer. Well, it'd be interesting. Can you think that Harry Kane would be, let's say, happy under a Mourinho style of player? He might be. Let's face it, he's pretty pragmatic. He likes crosses into the box and things like that, so it might suit Kane. But will he get on with Mourinho's style of management? That's the thing. And he might get to the summer and think, I've had enough of this and I want something different. In which case, Harry Kane may be on the market. And let's face it, he has been called by players of current fame as the best striker in world football. So will City look at a different type of player in Kane if Aguero decides at the end of the summer or next year that he wants to go? Who knows? No, not Kane, Leonard. He's not good enough. I think he is good enough, if I'm honest with you. If they need to raise funds, hopefully City go in for Kane or Son. Possibly, quite possibly, Jay Viva. That could happen. Son is obviously an exceptional player as well. But I think it'd be more a like-for-like replacement. We've got Son playing a David Silva role. And I'm hoping that Phil Foden takes that particular position. Yes, Martin, but if he would be available, hard to say no. Son, yes. Kane, no. But there you go. Martin's nailed his, colours to the flag there. He's saying no to Kane and yes to Son. I don't think we need a Son in this current lineup. But I'd rather go for Kane if he came on the market, I'll be honest with you, rather than Son, because I don't think we need a Son. though he's a great player and I do really like him. I'd rather go for a replacement for Aguero when he eventually leaves. Well, hello there, Andy. How are you? Ryan Corrie, don't forget to get your predictions into me, mate. It's Wednesday night, so don't forget we need those in for this weekend. And I need them in tonight or by first thing in the morning, so don't forget to send them over. Sanjay J, I will tap Son all day long. Aguero old, Jesus not there yet. Kane would bang goals for fun. I agree, Leonard. Mbappe all day long. Not going to spend 250, 300 million pounds on Mbappe. That's the only downside. I just don't see. I can't see City paying that type of money. Ryan Corrie, loving what's happening at Spurs. They're finished. Nippon says Kane might go to Real Madrid. He could do. And if the rumours are true that Real Madrid are sniffing around Raheem Sterling, which leads me nicely, Nippon, into my first thing tonight. And that is we are going to talk about probably one of the best players in current form in Europe right now, which is Raheem Sterling. And by all accounts, there are rumours bandied around like they always are about Raheem Sterling. But it came out yesterday afternoon with a little bit of speculation. But by all accounts, listening to and reading plenty of the media reports today, Man City are in contract talks with Raheem Sterling, despite him only signing a new deal this time last year. As we know, it is the City model. We saw it with Bernardo Silva. So it's nothing new. This isn't oh my God, panic time. When a player has such an exceptional season like Bernardo did, City offered him a new contract like Raz has had and still is doing right now. City offer him an extended contract. So it's not a new thing for City. It's the model of what Cheeky and Ferran do. So apparently last November, City and England International put pen to paper on a £300,000 a week deal, which expires in 2023. But under City boss Guardiola is transformed into one of the Premier League's top players, and his recent form has attracted interest from the likes of Real Madrid plus many others. And City want to make sure that they ward off this interest by renewing Sterling's contract. That was broken in the Mirror, and it's been in numerous media outlets today. Obviously, this season, 14 goals, 5 assists from 17 games in all competitions, and he's proven his importance for both club and country with every passing match. He's been widely praised with a number of pundits, such as on Talk Sport, Ray Parlour, Rio Ferdinand, Trevor Sinclair, all hailing the 24-year-old, with the latter even comparing him to Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, which I think is a bit ridiculous, Trevor. Come on, fella. I know you're a City fan, but he's not at that level. But he's certainly right up there. And according to Trevor Sinclair, he said, in quotation marks, Raheem Sterling is right at the top of the tree for me. If he's not worth 200 million now, I'd be surprised. He's the best player playing for England, and he's the first player on the team sheet for Pep Guardiola. The big question now is whether you put him with the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. I would put him right amongst them. He's there now. So we'll wait and see. But I think I wouldn't worry too much about. I don't really think the whole Raheem Sterling thing is trying to, be scared by the potential interest from the likes of a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich or a PSG or any other team, if I'm being honest. I think it's the City model. That's what we've done. We've proven it, like I said before. We've proven it with Bernardo Silva. We gave him an extended contract. He had a brilliant season. We went back and extended his contract again. So I think it's just the same process. You get rewarded for the season that you've had. So I'm hoping that Raz will sign it. He seems happy, but he is ambitious. Let's face it. He's not a Manchester City fan. He's not a Manchester lad, born and bred. So don't be surprised about anything in football. But I'm thinking more along the lines that it's a reward payment for his exceptional season last year. Let's get back onto your comments. Mbappe won't come, unfortunately. Money issue, Poch and Kane to Real Madrid. Says Leonard. Ryan been saying all day that within 5 years they'll be out of GA for Champions League and back to the likes of Martin Yol in charge. Martin says we'll send them tonight. Andy, all right, okay, no problem, thank you. Ryan Corey, I see Poch going to Bayern. I'm not sure. I think the Ajax manager, Ten Hag, has already got that position lined up, if I'm being honest. Martin says, little bit of BS, more light, more crap from the media to continue unsettling us. Leonard says, love Sterling, the best English footballer. I agree, Leonard. Sterling would be our main man at the start of the season. Leonard says, Sterling is already our most undroppable player. He is. Nipum says, the only Premier League team I see Kylian Mbappe going to is Chelsea, since he's a boyhood Blues fan. How are you doing, Sergeant Major, sir? How are you, Craig Forrest? Hope you're well, mate. Nipum Sharma. No, I'm not saying that just because I'm a Chelsea fan. Which, actually, Nipum, you keep leading me into all sorts of stuff tonight. So maybe because of your introduction, sort of saying you claim Mbappe is a Chelsea fan of all things, which I'm pretty surprised about and I'm not too sure about. That leads me into the whole sort of crap that's surrounding him, which I find absolutely unbelievable. And this was from the other day we mentioned about this, but there's been another article today talking about Klopp tipped to make ambitious move for Man City star. I mean, have you ever read such bullshit in all your life? But I'll be honest with you. It says, having beaten their main rivals in the Premier League, Liverpool are tipped to make an ambitious move for one of Manchester City's star players. And it goes into this big, long diatribe. He's obviously a Liverpool fan. When Michael Oliver blew the final whistle, a chorus of euphoria erupted at Anfield on the 10th of November as the Reds secured a famous 3-1 victory over Guardiola's City. The victory signalled the first vestiges of a potential power shift in the Premier League. Oh my God, the language that is used in this article, fan-sided by Ben's Boksak. I'm more like Ballsack, if I'm being honest, reading this article. And he goes on to say, bizarrely, this was not the first time De Bruyne cozied up to the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, during the week. In an interview with Manchester City's official YouTube channel, De Bruyne mentioned his good relationship with Klopp and talked about how the German wanted him when he was at Dortmund, as well as admitting he admired Klopp. Like, he's going to turn around and say, no, I don't have any relationship with Klopp. I don't speak to him. And actually, I don't admire him whatsoever. I just don't like the fella. I don't like his teeth. I don't like his tracksuits. I don't like his stupid celebrations. And I certainly don't like Liverpool, their fan base either. So absolute more bullshit coming out of the media when it comes to putting 2 and 2 together and try to come up with like 25 with Kevin De Bruyne, because he said, I admire Klopp. Pep Guardiola's come out and said, I admire Klopp. Players come out and say, I love Guardiola. I admire Guardiola. Does that mean that they're suddenly moving to Man City? Of course it doesn't. He just was asked some questions. He answered them. And then, Ballsack, whatever it's called, writes an article trying to claim that Liverpool could come in with an audacious attempt to steal Kevin De Bruyne to Liverpool from Man City. I mean, God, Jesus Christ. Please, let's get this January transfer window done, because this is going to be ongoing for the next 2 months. Do you agree with the transformation making us nervy? Don't know what that means, Craig. Nipum says, in all honesty, Mbappe will go to Real Madrid. Laugh my arse off, never heard such gash. I agree. Another deluded thought from Scousers. Leonard says, laugh my arse off. KDB to Liverpool, not a chance. Neverpool, more like Leonard. Craig, exactly. Is KDB supposed to say that Klopp is a wanker? Exactly. Brody Agar, Martin, you say you have stamina, prove it. Eugene McGeever says, what do you think of Jose Mourinho becoming the new Tottenham Hotspur? Spoke about it before, mate, earlier on in the vlog. So you'll need to watch the vlog back. It'll be on the channel in about 30 minutes' time. Amazing Arafat says, will Man City sell Sane? Discuss the Sane transfer saga in depth. What you need to do is you need to go over and actually one thing that you might want to do, I'll bring it up and post the link below if you've not already listened to it. But I interviewed Jonathan Northcroft from he's the chief football writer for the Sunday Times, and I interviewed him yesterday and had a really, really interesting chat with him. He was catching a flight to China, and he was very, very generous with his time. And I asked him 5 or 6 questions talking about the season so far: Chelsea, United, Liverpool, City, blah, blah, blah. I asked him about the Bernardo Silva tweet and what his thoughts were surrounding that. I also asked him about VAR and CAS and what had happened with regards to that and the news last week that we've already covered to death anyway. I also asked him about Pep Guardiola, which is quite interesting. I asked him, he said he wouldn't be surprised if Pep Guardiola's contract had a get-out clause in the final year. And he said, I'm not saying it has. He said, if it did, could he imagine right now the way that he speaks to Pep Guardiola in press conferences after the embargo on the video stuff? He said it wouldn't surprise me if he left it in the summer, but his real deep down thoughts are he thinks he'll stay and see out his contract. And I also asked him yesterday about the revenue that Manchester City posted yesterday, and how that next year we could be in line with or almost up to where United's revenue are posted, which in 11 years is absolutely phenomenal. And he talks about that as well. So if you haven't seen it, the link is there. I've just posted it. Please go over and listen to the podcast. I mean, Jonathan Northcroft is one of those journalists, and as you know, journalists are not always my favourite people. And I've tried to pick and choose them wisely. But Jonathan Northcroft is one that I've interviewed on numerous occasions about financial fair play with Colin Savage. I've interviewed him outside the Etihad about the Matthew Hedges stuff and the media take on Manchester City and human rights. I've interviewed him again doing a pre-season sort of stuff. And I interviewed him yesterday. Thankfully, he gave me the time to ask about this season and where it stands right now. So it's a really interesting listen. Go over and listen to what Jonathan thinks from a journalistic point of view. So please go over and have a watch. Nippon, will Man City sign a replacement for Vinny? How can you replace Vinny Company? Just ain't going to happen. Sanjay, Battle Pool, no way. Lassiel Blur, part the bus, Spuds. That's the way it's going to go in. I'm sure. Lassiel Blur, how are you? Yeah, I'm very good, mate. Excuse me. Edward Denham, Andy, since this is your first live vlog this week, I want to thank you for the Stockport Iniesta artwork. You're more than welcome. Would you swap Sane for Kane? At this moment in time, the way it's going with Sane, I think he looks like he might want to leave. Of course, I'd swap him, definitely, because Kane's worth a damn sight more if we were to purchase him than Leroy Sane would be if we sold him with 18 months left on his contract. Eugene McGeever, what do you think of VAR in the Premier League this season because it's making football boring? Eugene, go and listen to the podcast. That link that I've posted there, we talk all about VAR. We talk about it as well. Hi, Andy, Mingy Wong, how are you, buddy? Brody Agar, Martin, your jaw must seriously ache. Brody Agar, what is your problem? Craig Forrest, just think it's inevitable we're going to go through a transformation with the team, main players from old leaving. We are maybe nervous in transition. Possibly, mate. Yeah, possibly. Well, I think we are getting to a bit of a crux where we had a year or two ago, we had lowered the age range massively. We're now at a point where we've got some of the older players, but those older players are massively significant to the way Man City have played. And it's going to be difficult. The likes of Sergio Aguero, the likes of David Silva, the likes of Fernandinho, these are players that are going to be very difficult to replace. So let's just hope Pep does a good job in January and the summer next year. FIFA or PS, I don't play either, mate. That's Kiam stuff. I don't play PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that, so I've no idea. Leonard, City will be the most profitable club along success in 2 or 3 years' time. Well, could be next year. Jerry Gow, we have certainly been short of signings this year. We have. Well, we've got a couple in. Must be because I talk too much, Brody. I meant another defender. I don't know what you mean there, mate. Paul Standall, evening, Martin. Those juices are doing wonders for your complexion. Bugger off, Paul. He's not even doing them. I'm doing them. And it's been a tough 2 days. I had headaches all last night. I've been absolute stomach's been killing me all day, starving, hungry, but I'm going to stick with it and I'll just push on through. No, it's not been great, but hopefully over the next couple of days I'll come out of that phase and I'll be in a better position than I'm in right now. Robbie 40, best signing resigning ever for us. Who? Channel B, we need Sane. I hope he stays, but if he goes, we should get someone better or on the same level. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's like say who out there would put in the figures that Leroy Sane has done for City, because his stats are actually very impressive. I hope you didn't mind my comment about Northcroft. No, not at all, mate. Hey, listen, everyone's got a view on it. I just know him from talking to him on numerous occasions, and he's somebody's views I do trust and I respect. And you know, I don't want journalists coming on the channel going, "Oh yeah, I'll blow smoke up City's ass because it's on a Man City fan TV channel." You know, I want him to be honest in what he thinks, and I do think he gives a balanced opinion. And if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear exactly what he's got to say about Pep, what he's got to say about the way Man City are run. And they're all positives, absolutely positives. And check out what he says about VAR. What's the news on Raz new contract talks? Yeah, already done it, mate. You've got to get on these. You've got to be notified. You've got to get on these earlier, mate, because we've already spoken about Raz's new contract. I'd give him a new contract, so would I. What an amazing podcast, Andy. And please go and listen if you haven't. Thank you, mate. Spot on, Andy. I think the transition is sticky point, but faith in Pep. Absolutely. We've got no choice, have we? Best manager in world football. Why would we not trust him? I tried juicing, turned out like... Paul Snow, well done, Andy. You will either turn green or orange by the end. I've not done the carrot thing yet, Paul. So if I suddenly start going, I haven't got fake tan. I might start drinking a load of hot carrot juice. But I'm on the greens 3 times a day, and I'm on the fruit juices, which is watermelon, apples, and tangerines and oranges and things like that. I haven't done the carrot one yet. That is an option. So if I do, you just suddenly see me. I haven't been away on a beach somewhere, and I certainly haven't been spraying false tan on me or something like that. It might be the carrots, but I've not tried them so far, so I think my skin complexion will remain the same colour for now. About Sane plus cash for Mbappe, will PSG go for it? Possibly. What juices are these? I could do with some. We need Kiam to let you know, mate. The green juices are things like cucumber, celery, kale, apples. What else is in there? I'm trying to think. So I've got to make another batch tonight, so I've run out now. I've drank everything. What else is in there? Kales, apples, cucumbers, celery. There's something else I'm missing. I can't remember. But somebody, Martin, Kiam will probably post on here, or Martin will do. Yeah, three greens a day, and you can have some juice, but only certain juices. So not things like bananas and things. It's things like watermelon and apples and green apples and things like that. So, by the way, Andy Brody is someone from work, and they're just joking, pal. Sani is irreplaceable. Well, I mean, struggled to find somebody as good as he has been, but you know, we'll see. Thomas Castling, if Sane goes, Sancho is the only acceptable realistic replacement. Plus, we have him first dibs on him. Will he come back to City after? I'm not sure. He certainly wants to leave by all accounts. Anyway, great to see Ederson back in training. De Bruyne had a good game last night. Do you think City are dropping him to him deep at the moment? Better for forward. I agree with that, Paul Standall. Talking about Ederson. Well, as we know, Ederson is now back in full training for Manchester City, and he is set to return for the Premier League clash with Chelsea on Saturday. So it was only a muscular problem, but we know how important he is. And he was pictured this morning back in full training, doing his usual stuff, diving around the place, looking like a lunatic. And it's one of those things. So fingers crossed, he'll be back for the weekend. But we're still obviously going to be without the likes of Bernardo Silva on Saturday as well, because obviously he's got the one match suspension. But at least we'll get Ederson back between the sticks, and we'll wait and see for further news on Ederson later this week in Pep's press conference. So it's good news. We've got our number one goalkeeper back, even though, as you know, and I've always said it on here, I don't mind Bravo whatsoever. I think people treat him quite harshly, but I'd still rather have Ederson in there. So we'll see. Nippon said, when I said will Man City sign a replacement Vinny, I meant will they sign another defender? Of course, you can't replace a legend. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, you can't replace him. Jerry get Andy the Keratin. Yeah, could be. Which leads me on to more news today, which is, again, it's coming out. And this is just going to come out and out and out and out. And it's just, this time was in Team Talk, and they're talking about the fact that United are going to be rivaled by Manchester City as they look to sign Leicester defender KDB Soyuncu for £43 million in January. I just cannot see it. And I've said it so many times. I just cannot see Soyuncu coming to Manchester City for the simple reason that there's no way in a million years Brendan Rodgers in January is going to allow him to leave. Just simply isn't. Which leads me on to another defender, Martin, who Martin absolutely loves. And as you know, that is Milan Skriniar. And it's saying there, this article today in Team Talk again is saying that City looks set to be disappointed after the agent of a €100 million rated Serie A centre-back has suggested a move to one of La Liga's heavyweights could be on the cards. The citizens have endured a difficult time defensively since Laporte has undergone knee surgery. Their 13 goals conceded is just the fifth best defensive mark at present, with that figure just 10 fewer than they conceded in all of last season. Inter Milan's Milan Skriniar has developed into one of the world's finest centre-backs since his move to San Siro in 2017, and Pep's men were linked with a surprise January move for the imposing Slovakian to ease their defensive woes. However, the 24-year-old's agent, Mitas Halis, has revealed that Skriniar's next destination is likely to be in La Liga with either Real Madrid or Barcelona. Skriniar is worth €100 million, said Halis. Real Madrid and Barca are competing for his signing for the last 2 years. Now Real Madrid are closer to reaching an agreement with Inter Milan because they want and they need him much more than Barcelona. Madrid have to look for alternatives to their centre-backs Ramos and Varane. So there you go. Skriniar, obviously, Inter got him from Sampdoria for £28 million, €20 million, I should say, in the summer of 2017. And the report goes to claim that City's interest was peaked almost immediately. After 6 months, City offered €55 million, but that was immediately refused. He's now signed under the contract. And simple fact is, Skriniar, his agent claims he's not moving to the Premier League. He's going to go to either Madrid or Barcelona, but that could just be him bigging up, getting more money, getting more clubs interested in Skriniar if the other two are interested. But he's claiming it's €100 million. Now, you think of the fact City sniffed at 70 million for Maguire. He eventually went for 85 million. I just can't see it. I'll be honest with you, not in January. I think City will wait, hang on for the summer before they do any big business. Like I've said on numerous occasions over the last couple of weeks, I think City might go in for a loan signing in January, to cover them until the summer, where they can do their proper forensic work on who it is exactly that they want to replace Vincent Kompany. And I can't see it happening. I really can't. But I guess we'll wait and see. So, quickly, last couple of things. Viva Griezmann's a striker. You guys ready to see Jose's back? Yeah, him and Laporte could be. Yeah, Skriniar and Diaz centre-back combination. Looks like it's not going to happen. Would AC Milan's Alessandro Romagnoli be a good fit? City, possibly. I don't think City are going to go in for anybody in January, I'll be honest with you. I think it might be a loan signing. I'd be surprised if they do splash out big money on somebody. Let's face it, it's Champions League time. People don't want to get rid of their best players because they're in the next. Most teams, big teams, are in the next phase of the Champions League. But I think it's something that maybe City might go back in for the likes of a Soyuncu or a Skriniar in the summer, not in January. Skriniar is a pet player. His passing is dreadful. Andy, he could win us the Champions League. I'm not sure about that. You take care, my friend, and maybe change from loo roll to baby wipes. Skriniar couldn't pass a Vindaloo. There you go. You're going to upset Martin. Martin's going to be very upset. But anyway, moving on. Finally, last couple of things. We've talked about Raz, his new contract. We talked about Ederson. We talked about Skriniar, Soyuncu, and the loving with the Liverpool journalists about Klopp and Kevin De Bruyne. Ain't happening. So finally, the last thing is something we brought you many, many months ago and talked about this kid. And this is Uriel Antuna. And like I said, we spoke about it weeks and weeks and weeks ago. The fact that he was doing pretty well at LA Galaxy on loan from Manchester City. But Mexican side, Chivas Guadalajara, have been fighting for his signing, and he's done really well. He's had a great year so far, and he scored last night for Mexico, getting the winner against Bermuda. And basically, a local newspaper article says that it's the perfect closing of a golden year for his country. So obviously, we signed Antuna back in 2017. Even though he's never made a start for Manchester City, but I know looking back on the videos that I've done about Antuna in the last sort of couple of months, talking about him, I looked at Transfer Market today to see what were they talking about, and seeing as though he's had a very, very good year out at LA Galaxy, and the rumours are that City could sell him for around about $10.5 million. Now, straight away I thought, wow, that's a lot of money for somebody that, in effect, is I think Galaxy and are paying £225,000 a season for his loan move or something like that. And so I thought, Transfer Market, how much do they quote him as? And they quote him as £585,000. So he's a player that clearly is not going to come to Manchester City anytime soon. One, because of work permit issues, and two, he's possibly not that good enough, if I'm being really honest. But they're claiming that the Mexican team, the Mexican outfit, Guadalajara, they want to try and sign him for around about $10.5 million. So I don't know, you're guessing around about £9.5 million, £9.8 million, something like that, which, considering Transfer Market have him down as £585,000, that's his market value. We're getting £280,000 a season for his loan move to LA Galaxy. And we don't know exactly how much City paid for him before he went out on loan, because it's undisclosed, but it would have been peanuts, $1 million maybe, who knows. So will City actually cash in on him? And you think about it, that's another potential £8-9 million profit, which goes towards signing a loan deal in January. So just the fact that they could sell him could pay for a loan deal in January. So City have got this absolutely wrapped up. They're doing it in the right way, absolute right way. So finally, let's just see what everyone's got to say is better than what we got. SB, you want to go training with the kids. Eugene says Champions League is back next week again on BT Sport. Mingy Wong, he definitely wants to be training with the kids. He must be another wonder kid. Yeah, another one. The next Lionel Messi. I need to get my juicer soon so I can have a great detox and lose my fat. Hi, Aaron. We're about to go, buddy. You're a bit late, but this will come back on the channel in about 30 minutes' time. You can watch it back. And please do not forget, please go over and I'll just put the link there. Go over and have a listen to the podcast I did yesterday with Jonathan Northcroft. It was really interesting, very, very interesting. And, you know, he gave us a really some great answers and insight from a journalist. And remember, these are journalists that I interview. These are journalists that when we watch the City press conferences and it says, right, embargo time, and we get sometimes 3 minutes, we sometimes get 9 minutes. But then after that, the embargoes, the managers go and speak to these journalists more in depth for their newspaper articles. So I quizzed Johnny on the fact that, you know, about Pep Guardiola and what was his feelings, his real gut feelings about it. So go over and have a listen what he thinks about Pep Guardiola and what he thinks about not only CAS and UEFA. I mean, he basically basically said City are going to destroy FFP. It's that simple. That's the way he sort of views it. He don't think there's going to be any action towards Manchester City because they don't want to get wrapped up in a court of law with it. So anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's only a quick one tonight, and I really do appreciate it. But guys, let me just quickly see if there's anyone else on. City should focus on bringing in 2 defenders and a striker. Hard to do it in January. I keep saying, Leonard, January is a notoriously difficult window. Robbie 14, UEFA will still try and find something wrong with City. Possibly. Aaron, always missing streams. The joys of retail work near Black Friday. Yeah, that's a busy time for you, buddy. Nippon says, would you have taken a prime Mats Hummels? What a player. Of course I would have done. Absolutely wonderful player. That's the Diablo. Andy, if a plays for Haiti national team, can I get a work permit? Wow. I don't think it. I don't even think if he plays for Haiti, that would do much to it. If I'm being honest with you, I'll be honest. I can't say yes or no. I'm not an expert on work permits and visas and things like that. I still think it'd be very, very difficult. God knows what's going to happen if we introduce a point system. If we do, Brexit does happen. It might make it easier because we can allow players to come into the UK, where as we stand, we're under a European law. So I don't know. Good question, Lassie Oblet. I really don't know. I wouldn't like to say yes or no. I'd be surprised if he just easily got a work permit. That's my thoughts on it. Andy, mind get to post office. Cheers, my friend Andy. With trust. Thank you, Craig. See you all. See Jerry. Oh dear, listen back. Night, everyone. Andy. Good night, Leonard. See you all. Have a great evening. Blues up the Blues. We'll be back tomorrow. But listen, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell icon. Go over and watch the videos. Don't forget, FIFA career mode is on there that Kiam put out yesterday. So go and have a watch through. Some good games. I don't know what he was doing in some of those games, but I think because he's had a break for a week or two, because he's been busy with work, I think he's been struggling to get his fingers and thumbs back on the controller because one of the defeats was just unforgivable. But anyway, take care, guys. Up the Blues. Night, everyone. Have a good evening, Paul. Take care. And we'll be back tomorrow. And we've got more stuff on the way. I'll keep that one quiet. Take care. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Have a good evening, Blues.